Good morning, Agape. Agape Global Nation. It's a good morning. I'm Reverend Carlton Thibaut, and it is my joy to be with you this morning for the way of meditation. Our selected reading this morning is taken from the book, The Miracle of Mindfulness by Thich Nhat Hanh. It can be found beginning on page 60 and is taken from the section Meditation Reveals and Heals. Sitting in mindfulness, both our bodies and minds can be at peace and totally relaxed. But this state of peace and relaxation differs fundamentally from the lazy, semi-conscious state of mind that one gets while resting and dozing. Sitting in such lazy semi-consciousness, far from being mindfulness, is like sitting in a dark cave. In mindfulness, one is not only restful and happy, but alert and awake. Meditation is not evasion. It is a serene encounter with reality. The person who practices mindfulness should be no less awake than the driver of a car. If the practitioner isn't awake, they will be possessed by dispersion and forgetfulness, just as the drowsy driver is likely to cause a grave accident. Be awake as a person walking on high stilts. Any misstep could cause the walker to fall. Be like a medieval knight walking weaponless in a forest of swords. Be like a lion going forward with slow, gentle, and firm steps. Only with this kind of vigilance can you realize total awakening. So join me as we bless this service. I'm just so very aware and grateful for the reading. Mindfulness, I'm grateful to be awake, still, gentle and firm steps, mindful of the grace and the glory and the goodness everywhere present. Grateful to be awake, aware, alive. Grateful to be here now for this community, for the unconditional love. Yes, I'm grateful. And it is in the energy of gratitude that it's easy to recognize the unconditional loving presence. This unlimited creative source that expresses itself and gives of itself unceasingly back of all life, all creation, every being, all systems, the one power and presence that is God and only God. An absolute, infinite, eternal presence that is everywhere. And knowing this, I know it is the very essence of my life and the life of each one that can hear my voice, each one on the planet. There's only one. So it is in this unified field of awareness, this consciousness, this awakened source energy that is expressing as all always, that I know that it is expressing itself as this meditation service, expressing itself in, through, and as our beloved Reverend Michael. So there can be no other thing than a blessing taking place as we open our hearts in this field of one love. This time is blessed and a blessing, and we allow it to be, and so it is. Amen.
And good morning, everyone. We give great thanks to the Reverend Carlton Chibot, who you'll meet again when we begin our Power of Prayer class. And you'll want to take that class so that you can understand not only the efficacy of prayer, but the intimacy of prayer, the power of prayer, and the falling in love with being a prayerful person. So when you hear that announcement, sign up immediately. I welcome you here today because the foundational piece of our work at Agape is meditation. This is why we have one service that's dedicated to the teaching and the practice of meditation, otherwise called the way of meditation. The way of meditation is not merely to turn out good meditators. The meditation is about us using meditation to wake up to our glorious nature, to come to a greater understanding, not intellectually, but through direct realization, direct encounter with our real nature, our true nature. At the beginning of the year, sometimes we say things like, we want to become the new you. You can't have a new year without a new you. Well, in the meditation, we go beyond that. It's not a new you, it's the true you. It's the real you. It's the forever you. It's the eternal you. And so when we hear the scriptural reference, behold, I make all things anew, it is speaking about our essential nature that's never touched by time or experience. So what meditation does, it clears the perceptual windows of our experience, our misinterpretation of experience, so that we're not living life just through past windows of experience. We begin to live life through revelation and insight into our true nature, so that we're walking free, we're walking liberated. This is why we use the word spiritual liberation. You're walking liberated from time, from experience, from limited perception, from points of view, from other people's points of view, from society's points of view of you. You're beginning to see yourself the way the presence sees you, which is why Meister Eckhart indicated that I see God through the same eye that God sees me. He had broke the sense of separation, the distance between he and God, and saw that he saw God through the same eye that God was seeing him, you see. Now, this is what happens when you meditate. Now, it's very important that we do this because there is a seeding of the noosphere, the mental atmosphere. Pierre Desjardins coined the word noosphere, which is the mental atmosphere and sometimes the mental memory of the earth, where the thoughts and the thought forms and the perceptions and the beliefs form an agreement and form a field, so to speak, that influences humanity. So, whenever you're born whenever you have an incarnation, you're born into the social milieu of that time. And whatever the beliefs are at that time, and whatever the social construct and the social agreements are of that time, babies just kind of come into that. That's how they learn language. That's how they learn customs. That's how they learn to kind of pick up on acting like their parents or their grandparents. They come into the noospheric atmosphere, and they kind of influences them, you see. And so I say all that to say that individuals who are in meditation and are having insight, individuals who are praying and having conscious connection, they're infusing the noosphere with the vibration of awakenedness. This is why individuals love Gautama the Buddha. This is why individuals love Jesus the Christ. Individuals love Zoroaster. This is why individuals love Sri Aurobindo or Paramahansa Yogananda, you see, because these individuals infused the atmosphere with the awakened consciousness that proliferates unto this day. So if you are interested and devoted, you end up being available to the insights and the revelations and the teachings that these individual expressions of God that were awake brought into the noosphere. I'm saying all that to say that, we're living in an interesting time. We're all basically watching, not Agape, but Agape, our mouth open, as a megalomaniac is crossing borders to take over Ukraine, you see. And people are on edge. It's fear time. People are stocking up on gas and food, and people are dying in that part of the world. And so this is up for the human race, as it was up a few years ago when the President of the United States lied to the country and said they were weapons of mass destruction, and they were going to go in and do a peacemaking military operation, and there was not even a firecracker that was found, and they destroyed the lives and killed so many human beings going into another country and plundering and stealing. It's the same playbook, but at another part of the country. So that kind of consciousness, you see, that Neanderthalic, limited, destructive consciousness is still alive. Now it's poking up in Russia, you see. And our role is to be the state of consciousness that really is breaking down national borders, breaking down borders between us and God, breaking down borders between us and other human beings, regardless of what country they're living in, regardless of what their nationality is, what their religion is, what the color of their skin is, what all of that. We're the individuals through spiritual practice that are going beyond the sense of separation. And at times you might think the work you're doing at your altar is not making a big difference, but together we're seeding the noosphere with the possibility of the next stage of humanity evolving. So when you look into the future, as I do from time to time, you will see that this period of time in which the old is dying and the new is being born, these things that are going on now will be almost laughable in the future. They're not laughable now. People are dying. People are being hurt. But it's so silly. And that's an inane word right now. It's so ludicrous to live life that way and to make those kind of decisions on other people's lives. But when an individual is a maniac, an egoic megalomaniac, as we've seen dictators around the world rise up in that kind of frequency, they do not know that they're sick people. They don't know. They don't know that they're diseased, you see. And so this is what I say. I say we are the people of the future living in the present, anchoring a state for the emergence of the next stage of humanity. I'll say that again. We are the people of the future, living in the present, anchoring a vibrational state for the next stage of humanity to unfold. If no one is anchoring that state, there won't be a next stage. So if you're thinking that your prayer, if you're thinking that your meditation is not making a difference, think again. When you have a certain frequency, a certain vibration of love in your heart, peace in your soul, generosity, kindness, compassion, forgiveness, not as an intellectual religiosity, but as a spiritual practice and an insight, you are changing the world. And when we gather groups all around the world, and you've seen me participate in these worldwide healing meditations from time to time, and we have meditation services that precede every service at Agape, meditation classes, meditation retreats, intensives. When you see us doing this, and it's spreading around the world, we are changing the vibrational frequency of the world, meaning we're creating a different agreement about what's possible. And you have to disavow your agreement with the status quo, business as usual, nuclear armaments, selling war toys to countries to keep wars going. This is business as usual, see? We have to disavow with business as usual and begin to ask the question, what does peace look like? How can we make peace sexy? What does love look like? What does joy look like? What does generosity look like? What does kindness look like? But again, this is all an intellectual exercise. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the intellect. We're here to spiritualize the intellect. not intellectualize the Spirit. But it means little if there aren't individuals actually sitting and catching the insight of oneness with the presence of God, peace, love, joy, wisdom, and harmony, not as an abstract concept, as in academia, we're one with God, and writing long papers on it. Individuals have to stop and catch it. And your life will never be the same. Then you'll look out in the world, and you will understand the meaning of the 91st Psalm. You will understand that he or she who dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. When you make the Lord the Most High your habitation, when you're living in this high state of consciousness, with your eyes, you'll see the reward of the wicked. With your eyes, you'll see the law of cause and effect in the Newtonian model of reality. With your eyes, you'll see all kinds of chaos and disturbance. But none shall come nigh thee. It can't enter in because you're not living out there. Your interiority is in the secret place of the Most High, making the Most High your habitation. You'll understand the meaning of that, not as just a biblical scripture to recite, but as a spiritual practice to embody. And you will realize that when you sit regularly and consistently and meditate, you're making a big difference on the planet, and you are paying your lease for having a mind. When you do physical exercise, you're paying your lease for having a body. When you do prayer and meditation, you're paying your lease for having a mind. Remember, you're not your mind, you have a mind. But you're paying your lease for the day. Don't let that lease run out. Don't do it. So we practice. So some may incorrectly think Dr. Beckwith, Sir Michael, is throwing politics into the game. That can be so far from the truth. But anyone that is teaching spirituality and does not deal with what's going on in the world from a higher spiritual perspective, it's not worth their salt as a minister or a spiritual teacher. You have to be able to understand what's happening on the planet and the states of consciousness that are producing the mayhem, and understand they don't have the final word. God has the first and the final word. But you might say, I'll end with this. You might say, it's so tough down here. It's so many things going on. There's been a pandemic of locking down healthy people. There's wars and rumors of wars. There's supply lines. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Racism is still rampant in some areas. Homophobia is still rampant in some areas. Oh my God, what's going on? What? I'll say this. That's why God sent you. Not to be a victim. You signed up, buddy. That's why God sent you. To be the light. To shine your light. To wake up in the midst of seeming darkness and to allow your light to so shine before men and women and they and them that when they see you, they see the answer. They see God. They feel peace. They feel love. I was in right here, but I was having a dinner meeting on a Friday night, I think it was, and one of the ladies that was there, she said, when this pandemic that's now become endemic first happened, she said she had lost her mind. She was running around disinfecting everything, and she had just gone crazy. And her husband was trying to get her to cool out. And she just lost it, and she wasn't letting bags come in her house because it might have COVID on it, and, all the stuff we know is not true at this moment, but her husband knew it wasn't true then, in terms of the efficacy of the virus and the conditions by which it grows. I'm not talking about that it doesn't exist. And she said she had just lost it. She was in fear, anxiety, worry, anxiousness all the time. And then didn't just happen. She consciously watched Agape services. And she said something along the fact that when she began to hear me speak, that I wasn't necessarily talking about that particular issue. But when she heard me speak, suddenly she came back to herself. And she's like, why am I so worried? Why am I so anxious? Where's all this anxiety coming from? She immediately stopped listening to the news about everything, came back to her spiritual practice, and she's been sane ever since. You can make that kind of difference. Practice your meditation. Practice and uplift your prayer life. Be around individuals that have open mind and an open heart, that are on some kind of intentional path to wake up to their glorious nature. And you will realize that together we will be seeding a new world. It's in us. We got to get it out of us. Let's practice. So we take our shoulders and we bring them to our ears. We squeeze every orifice, the hands, the feet, the face, the scalp, everything. We squeeze everything. We do the opposite of what we want the body to do. Squeeze, release. And give permission for your body to just relax. And for a few moments, don't think about what you're going to do later on in the day. Don't think about what you did yesterday. Just be right here where your body is, with a soulful intention to wake up to your glorious nature. That's your intention for these precious moments, to wake up. Where's our attention? We're gaining ever-increasing dominion over our attention. We don't just give our attention away to anything or anybody. We place our attention where we want it. Right now, our attention in this practice is on our intention to wake up. That's what's important to us right now. That's our priority, to wake up from an intoxicated sleep. And the body is breathing presently. Because as difficult or as try as we may, we cannot breathe in the future from this present moment. We can't breathe in the past, but presently the body's breathing. So we're conscious of that, which keeps us here, present. And what do? We consider that there is a holy broadcast taking place throughout all creation. The Spirit of the living God is whispering in a still small voice at times its glorious nature. So we assume a lowly listening posture. We listen with the ear that's beyond the ear. We see with the eye that's beyond the eye. Something is happening and we're present to it. We're available to it. And this is always our very first time meditating, practicing meditation, learning to pay undistractable attention to that which is real and eternal. Our palms are on our lap facing downward because we want to remind ourselves that God sent us to earth. We took the assignment. We leaped into an incarnation. So we're coming from the eternal to bring the eternal to earth. And though some have lost their minds and have caught the disease of greed and caught the disease of pseudo-power, manipulation, control, mayhem, death dealing, they just got off the path. Not us, not here, not now. We're waking up so that we can be a vibrational alarm clock to the rest of the world. Be still. God sent you. Wake up to the promise that you made to yourself to bring eternity into time. If the mind drifts, it's okay. That's what minds do. They drift. They have inner conversations and fantasies and spins out all kinds of information and opinions. It's all right. Just watch it, bring your attention back to your breath, and begin again if you've gotten caught. But if you're able to watch it without getting caught, you'll see the swirl of those thought forms rise and fall and become transmuted via your observation until you transcend them. The beginning of enlightenment is transcending the personal mind. The mind that is riddled with points of view and opinions, old vows. But you, who are you? You are triumphant, real awareness. Your awareness. Wake up. Be still and know that the I am God is in the midst of you. Another couple of moments. Maintain dominion over your attention. You're embracing your intention to wake up to your glorious nature, to realize your oneness with the presence. Ah, sweet. So sweet. Let us take a nice inhalation and release with the sound of ah. Just touch your heart space, tap it. And just give yourself permission to live open-hearted. The conscious awareness that you are the personification of divine love. The unconditional, all-conditional love of God. That you are an instrument of this love at this time in human history and beyond. We wake up in this moment and come to a deep sense of gratitude and dynamic thanksgiving. Dynamic thanksgiving, not anemic thanksgiving, but a dynamic thanksgiving that allows us to recognize the presence that is never an absence. The presence of God Almighty, God all beauty, God all joy, God all intelligence, God all love, God all power, God all that there is. And to feel such a deep connection, a one-ing with the presence, an absolute connection. One with God, one with God, one with God from this consciousness. The very word that is being spoken is the word of God, announcing itself through all creation. Let there be life. Let there be light. Let there be beauty. Let there be joy. Let there be peace. Let there be wisdom. Let there be harmony and wholeness. Let there be life. The word is spoken for each of us. Unique emanations of the only life that there is, that we may be free, unencumbered by doubt and worry and fear, and free to set free our gifts and powers, to anchor the realm of ever-expanding good on earth as it is in the heart mind of the infinite. Oh, we did not come to escape the earth, to go to heaven. We've come to escape our limited point of view and to bring heaven to earth. Empowered beings, soulful, powerful beings of light and love and intelligence. I'll call forth divine health and well-being, wholeness, wellness, safety. I call forth divine and compelling right action on the entire planet, and where we are focused with Russia invading Ukraine, and all of those people in Russia that are standing up in protest against this incursion. Reminds me of those who are in the streets standing up against the incursion into Iraq. Kinfolk spiritually. We bless the peacemakers to become the peacekeepers, peace sustainers, and the peace revelators. We call for peace on this planet, not in a whimsical, wispy way. Peace that passes human understanding, the dynamic of harmonizing good, being active in us, in our consciousness, that we're not dropping bombs in our awareness on individuals, that we don't have landmines in our mind, that we're cascading peace from the very depth of our being and anchoring it on earth with every step we take, thought we think, conversation we have. We do it now, and we give thanks for this and allow it to be so. And so it is. Amen. Your soul really appreciates you coming to the Way of Meditation service this morning at Agape International and practicing the stillness, the solitude, the quietude. It makes a big difference, not only for you, but for the environment that you're in, and because there's no separation for the entire planet. I would like to invite you to make an offering today, a donation, a gift, a tithe, however you want to frame it for yourself, and be aware we have no big corporate backers behind us. I don't think they like us. Because we're not walking status quo. We're seeking to break the status quo and to build a different kind of world. So we don't have any backers like that. Our backers are God through you. So we want you, if you've never given before, I'm inviting you to really begin to give today and support this community that is seeking to be a birthplace of the beloved community with our metaphysical, new thought, ageless wisdom teachings that you find in teachers, great beings like Jesus, the Christ, Gautama the Buddha, and others. Give today. Veterans that have already given, please, you know what to do. Give big today. The rest of you, this is how you can start. You can text to donate. You can text the word give to 424-321-6243. Your phone will prompt you to do what's next. You'll choose the amount and the regularity of your gift, and you can do that immediately. Even as I'm talking to you, I'm giving you permission to pick up your phone and text to donate. If you would like to go to our website, perhaps you're on the YouTube channel right now, maybe you're on Facebook. If you want to go to our website, it's agapelive.com. There's a banner at the top. Eventually, it'll say donation. Hit that particular donation banner. It'll take you to right where how you'll give. And we'll be greatly appreciative of that. Now, if you're on Facebook, there are ways by which you can donate on Facebook. There's a donation button, whether you're on my personal Facebook page or whether you're on Agape. If you're on YouTube, come on over to the other sites. Unless you're able to donate on YouTube. You might be able to by now. We're trying to get it together. It might be up, particularly if you're in the archive and you're watching this in the future. Okay, I'm going to be quiet. Be big givers today. Wayne Bottomley has an announcement for you. A couple.
Good morning, Agape. We have a few highlights of happenings for you today. Please visit the Agape website at agapelive.com for more details. All times listed are Pacific Standard Time. Register today for the Power of Prayer. Learn to pray the Agape way. Join us for this 6-week online course featuring this powerhouse team of teachers, Reverend Dr. Michael B. Beckwith, Akili Beckwith, Reverends Deborah Johnson, Susie Lula, Jason Davion Mitchell, Kim Stanwood Terranova, and Victoria Thomas, and anchored weekly by Reverend Carlton Tebow. Discover and embody your unique prayer voice and learn to pray in an empowering way. This class begins Tuesday, March 22nd. Visit the university page at agapelive.com to register today. Today is the last call for auditions to the Agape International and Global Choirs. Go to agapelive.com/global choir to get all the details for both choirs and upload your audition video today. You have been listening to Soak Vibrational Technology as you practiced meditation today. Here's an exclusive offer for you. Sign up for the premium access, put in Agape 70 when checking out, and you will receive 70% off the first month's access. Go to soak.com, that's SOAAK.com, click on Premium Membership and enter the code Agape 70. Today, Teen Agape, ages 14 through 19, meets online at 11:15 a.m. For info and to join, click the Teen Agape banner on the website. Preteens, ages 9 through 13, meet at 2 p.m. Children, ages 3 through 8, meet at 3:30 p.m. These are on live Zoom. To join and get your Agape Youth Fun Packs, email revleon@agapelive.com. The Crisis Support Clinic offers Zoom mini counseling sessions every Monday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. To receive details for your first come, first serve complimentary one-on-one session with a licensed practitioner, email crisissupport@agapelive.com. This is offered to the community at large, so anyone may attend. This Tuesday, Laughter Yoga meets on Zoom at 6 p.m., facilitated by Agape Master Practitioner Martin Weech. On our website, click on the banner to register. No experience necessary. Namaste. Freedom Path Ministry Zooms this Wednesday at 5 p.m. Release any sense of addiction, old beliefs, or attachments. Go to our website and click on the Freedom Path banner at the top of the page for more information and to register. This is a gift to the community, and all are welcome. Monday through Saturday, see you on Facebook at 8 a.m. for daily prayer and 12 noon for meditation. Go to agapelive.com for details. The Agape Spiritual Community Gathering is in session. Join us every Friday at 5:30 p.m. and connect in community for an enriching, inspiring gathering led by our practitioners and ministers. Email scg@agapelive.com for more information. Have a beautiful day. Peace and blessings, Agape.
Thank you, Brother Wayne. Let's stop for a moment and give thanks for the tithes, the gifts, the offerings, and donations that are flowing into the coffers of Agape International Spiritual Center right now. We bless the promise and free the promise that's in the promissory notes, that they may be transmuted into everything that is necessary to stabilize, strengthen this community, its ministries, programs, projects, evolutionary collaborations, staff, equipment, all that is necessary, meeting spaces to deliver the love ethic through our community called the world. We bless these gifts now. We bless the individuals that are all around the world, these channels that are re-gifting the gift that God gave them financially, substance, that we may remain strong and vital during what some people may call turbulent times. We give thanks for this, and we allow this to be so as we feel into all of our needs being met vibration. We feel that right now. All of our needs are met now. We give thanks for this and allow it to be so. And so it is. Amen. Thank you so much for participating. Your soul is happy you did. You can stand up right where you are, right there in your living room or on the beach, on your hiking trails, and feel this song that Tim McAfee, Lewis, and I wrote. Charles Holt is singing. It's called I Forgive Me. Because all forgiveness is self-forgiveness. Releasing the resentment, the animosity, all that we would be projecting onto others. It's time for us to let it go so that we can be the state for the next stage. My past is behind me. I see anew. I'm ready. I'm ready for my change. You can just feel that in yourself. I'm ready for my transformation. I'm ready for my change. Feel it. Now listen to this. I forgive me. This, you can sing with it if you want to. I forgive me.
I forgive me. Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go.
You hear that? Everything.
I surrender.
I surrender.
I surrender.
Yes, I'm ready for my change.
I'm ready for my change.
As we stand on the tiptoe of the nowness of this moment, we peer over into the promised land of our own being, and there we see great things, great possibilities that are within our own soul, and we give thanks that all that which is within us, that deep prosperity, that deep love, that deep peace, the activation of that potential is set free. We're ready for our transformation, and it's happening now, and we give thanks for it and allow it to be so, and so it is. Peace and blessings. We'll see many of you at the 8:30 a.m. meditation, Pacific time, and 9 o'clock worship celebration service with our global choir and this guy named Michael Beckwith. Well, then we'll have another one at 11:30. Have a bright day.